Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching. Something very interesting that, to my knowledge, Fender has never done, and I know Gibson has never done it and probably never will do it. So on the real Arm the Homeless guitar, a dog chewed the headstock. Other than that, they're absolutely identical. Tom Morello has been playing a Fender Arm the Homeless replica live, and none of us noticed. Now it's available to buy. 5 years in the making, the Rage Against the Machine guitarist, Anti-Hero's most iconic instrument, has been replicated by Fender, and even Morello admits he can't tell the difference. So, good job, Fender. After years of speculations, Fender has granted Tom Morello fans' wishes and announced a replica of his Arm the Homeless electric guitar. The Misfit 6-string that fueled Rage Against the Machine and changed the face of rock guitar as we know it. Fender has replicated every part of one-of-a-kind instrument, which was Frankenstein together by Morello after he commissioned a custom guitar and hated every single part of it. Over several years, he would swap everything, settling with the iconic figuration that hasn't changed over the past 3 decades. The EMG pickup combo, an 85 in the bridge, H humbucker size single coil in the neck. I didn't even know that was a single coil in the neck. The indestructible toggle switch, Goto Floyd Rose alike locking tremolo with rattly whammy bar, rattly. The string aesthetic replicated to Morello's hand-drawn hippos, the Arm the Homeless slogan in black and red permanent marker, all atop a blue ice metallic finish, and yes, and was possibly the first of a production line guitar. The strings are uncut at the hockey stick headstock. Oh, I did not know that. They're not cut? Oh yeah, look at that. They're just flopping around up there. So, in fact, the neck shape was the hardest thing to get right. After all, this was a knockoff Kramer neck that Morello found in a bargain bin. It took 20 to 25 iterations for Fender to nail the formula, but now the replica and the original are so interchangeable that Morello has been stealth testing it on tour, and no one, not Arm the Homeless diehards, guilty, or even his bandmates noticed. I mean, if it's a replica and it looks exactly the same, there you go. 0%. You'd never know. I mean, I don't know, Morello told Guitar World. The final prototype that I approved, I've been using in concert in the last tour this year, so I feel great about it. It's interchangeable down to the aesthetic of the guitar. We were shooting some promos, and I was at Cello Studios, where we made a number of Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine records. I put 3 of the Fender Arm the Homeless guitars and the real one down on a mixing board, and I brought out people, and I was like, pick the real one. But as he reveals, there is one distinguishable characteristic between the original and the new guitar, and it's a highly unusual bit of wear. On the real Arm the Homeless guitar, a couple decades ago, a dog chewed the headstock. So there are teeth marks on the headstock. I think it was a dog. It's hard to say whether it was a fan or whether it was a badger, but other than that, they're absolutely identical. That's pretty funny. There are a couple of teeny tiny differences on the rear of the guitar, too. There's also a fathead sustainer on the rear of the headstock. It literally did nothing, or giant hippo on the back of the body. But the later is normally covered up with a political statement that Morello flips to the audience while playing with his teeth. And unlike many of Fender's recent Mexico-built signature models, the guitar is box fresh and isn't relic in any way. As Morello puts it, now it's up to you to let your dog bite it. As per the guitarist's other signature gear released, proceeds from the sale of the homeless will go to charity organization Midnight Mission and Covenant House, which help those experience homelessness. The Fender Tom Morello Arm the Homeless guitar is available now for $16.99, so $1,700. Head to Fender for more info. Guitar World's full interview, Tom Morello published, yada, yada, yada. So, I was going to say Fender's never done it before, but they have once. This is the second time, to my knowledge, that Fender has not actually put their logo anywhere on the guitar. So normally you get a Fender logo on the headstock. I thought there'd be at least on the back of the headstock, but no, you don't even get that. If we go to the close-up images here, Got a little video of him playing it there. Got the hippos, very cool. Got a Japan Goto on it. We'll go over the specs in a minute. But yeah, there is no logo whatsoever on the headstock. And then if we go to the back, it does have a typical Fender Mexican serial number. So you got the serial number TM24. I'm guessing 24 is the year. They started making these in 24 and then made in Ensenada. I know it's the city in Mexico where it's made, because I know they do the same thing with the made in California thing now too. Ensenada. Probably saying that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, very few Fenders come out without the Fender logo on it anywhere. As if they had a very expensive Eddie Van Halen guitar that was like $20,000, and you're talking 20 years ago. So that, like today's money, that's probably like $30,000, $35,000. Really interesting. But custom paint job, honestly, $1,700 for this doesn't seem that unreasonable. Some people will be annoyed that this is made in Mexico, though. That does confuse me, why it's not made in the USA or California. All I can think of is price point. I've seen a few signatures now where they're making them in Mexico, like the Tom DeLonge, Jimi Hendrix, just to name a couple of them. So maybe that's just where they're trying to get it at a cheaper price point so it's more affordable to the masses. Now, $1,700 I wouldn't say is an affordable guitar, but if you made it in the USA, this would probably be double, if not triple the price, because usually, I'm comparing it to like a made in China guitar where typically it's like a third of the price, but that's what I would expect this to be in that $3,000 range if it was made in the US. So let's go ahead and go to the Sparks here. So this product includes a hammer and sickle symbol that may be restricted or banned in certain jurisdictions. Oh, that's interesting. The hammer and sickle, yeah, yep, right there. So that's, if you're in the U.S., you don't have to worry about that. Good. We actually get a hard shell case with this. Thank God for $1,700. Let's go to the body. So we have an alder body, Stratocaster shape. You got the gloss polyester, solid body, alder. Going to the electronics. There is no middle pickup. We have active electronics. Have an EMG 85 in the bridge and EMG H, which, I'll be honest, I wasn't aware they did that. I always thought of, EMG 8185 set. But I guess they have a full-sized pickup that is actually kind of like a humbucker-shaped single coil, rather. So a 3-toggle bridge pickup position, bridge and neck, and then just the neck. We got one volume, volume 2, and a master tone. So typical configuration of Strats there. And then you got the HH configuration. Blue ice metallic with Arm the Homeless artwork. Looks like you were only getting right-handed ones, so sorry about that, lefties. Artist signature. Fender presents Tom Morello's Arm the Homeless Rosewood fingerboard, blue ice metallic. Okay, I guess we have an actual rosewood fingerboard on this. Which you don't see on a lot of the made in Mexicos either anymore, I don't think. Unless I'm thinking of Epiphone, where they're putting laurel on everything. You got the Goto size, double locking tremolo recessed. Good tremolo. You got the 4-bolt strap buttons, locking, tremolo arm, Goto, switch tip black, control knobs, plastic, nung. Strings are just 9 to 42s, typical, those are like slinkies. You got medium jumbo frets, 25.5-inch scale length, rosewood fretboard, custom flat C. That's the one thing that I'm very interesting on this, is I want to know what this neck profile feels like. The nut width is 41.3, a little bit smaller than a typical Fender. Fingerboard radius is 15 inches. That's definitely different from Fender's typical 9.5 or vintage 7.5 or Gibson's 12. White perlade, got the head adjustment for the headstock, hockey stick, neck material is maple. You got a Floyd Rose R7 nut, white side dots. So this, I think, this is just a really good guitar. Really cool guitar, especially if you're a fan of it. Interesting that they didn't cut the strings. That'd be the first thing I would do with this thing out of the box. Is I would be if I was Fender, I would be very worried about people returning these things, because how they have the ball ends of the strings just flopping about. that may scratch the headstock. And this is not a relic guitar, so a lot of people may not like that. Looks like we have, what are those, like Schaller strap locks or something on it for the buttons? I don't think I noticed that before. Yeah, they look like Dunlop or Schaller strap locks or something. But my senior year in high school, which was a while ago, I will admit, I actually made myself arm the homeless for a Halloween parade. I had like a bunch of fake bullets on me and an arm the homeless sign, and I made myself looked all unkempt, kind of homage to this guitar and Rage Against the Machine. So if you like, check them out. Check the band out. Hard rock band. The Machine is a toaster, by the way. I found that out. The machine that they're raging against is a toaster. And if you are in an office space, it is a printer. It is a printer. That is the machine we rage against. So there it is. There you have it. Cool guitar. Definitely like this. Tempted to pick one up. I don't know how many they're going to actually make of these things. It's sold out. Of course it is. It is sold out. So that leads me to believe they will make more. I wouldn't even care if this had the Fender headstock logo on it. Fender headstock would annoy me. Fender logo would not annoy me whatsoever. And I don't think it would annoy that many people. Or, you could put on the back or something. But I guess he didn't want it. So the famous artist gets what the famous artist wants. Until next time, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, share, all that good stuff. And as always, have a good one.